Hey people, how we doing today? Time for a brand new tag along video. And where are we? We're right back again at Fort Loudoun. But this time it's going to be special. Remember this? Well, we have a special surprise.
Hello.
Well, it looks like it's not that much of a surprise because it looks like pretty much the way it did. So let's go down this way. Get someone in. We're supposed to have some reenactors showing us how things were done back in the day. And if it works, then I will have gone back in time to a simpler time, to a time that really mattered. Or did it? I know I saw someone. The question is, where did they disappear to? Well, there's some tents down here. I hear voices. I hear voices, and they're not just my own. What do we have here?
So we'll do musketry at 1:30.
That is
And me
yeah,
and a
12
couple of
minutes now.
soldiers
So
will go out.
I had a set that I got
and get
at
a
an event.
surrender with Donnie.
Oh my goodness, I think I've gone back in time.
And then we will surrender the
I have
soldiers.
gone
We'll
back
give them
in
the
time.
I told them we were going to surrender.
Where did I end up?
11, and then they had to move in here and we were going to go sit out there. Because there's a really nice
1760.
breeze.
At least that's
And
what
this
this
one's
was.
like, we don't want it. That's what Donnie said.
Oh my
We don't
goodness.
want it.
Quick, Garrison.
We just
I'm
want you to
highly
be here. We're
powered.
not taking it.
Will I be in danger?
It's gonna get real hot in here.
Look at this.
We already had our cannon non-fire for the day.
What'd you do to my favorite tree? Very angry.
Man, went home on a Friday,
No, I don't even think.
came in on a Saturday, it was laying on the ground. Didn't have storms, didn't have anything.
I didn't do
Nobody
it.
was there.
I didn't do
You
it.
didn't do it?
I didn't do it.
The creepy part was that we had a forester come through.
Very sorry to meet you.
Children called the old archaeologist.
John Stewart.
On his way out, this
I have good
was
news.
almost 10 days to the day that the tree fell. He's like, hey, you know what the tree that is? Yeah, we talked about it for a
Yeah, at
while.
least he made it out.
It's gonna fall pretty soon.
I appreciate that.
I'm like, yeah,
Oh my goodness.
Post Loudoun life.
I'm not good at steps. Oh yeah. Oh. We have traveled back in time to a time when the British controlled this area. Let's see what else the British are controlling. I know where we are. The stores. The barrels of beef. Whiskey. What's life without whiskey? Rather dry, if you ask me. I think I asked that question before. Let's see. Oh, laundry.
no!
You know how
Yes, I know what you mean.
it looked like wrinkles everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
And if you put it in the machine and put it in the dryer, it's going to set those wrinkles for a long time.
Yeah. So I said, forget about them. I'll burn them.
Okay.
But then, you guess, you didn't have much of a chance.
No, it was the wool or the linen, really.
Yeah.
Basically what it came down to. But they could finish the seams, just like they would.
This primitive first one. But I mean, I know how to do it.
what's in here?
Everything.
Oh, that looks easy.
Yeah, it is.
Looks cool too.
Making legs for a stool.
Ah, I knew that.
Of course you did.
I remember the good old days. Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And of course,
Hang on a second, I'll make a point on this one. I got it right. No, I'm going to make a point on it. You wouldn't want floors from here, you burn them up. I know what it is. Fix it real fast. The Sequoia Indians made these boots. They made them for me. Yeah, they made them for me. I asked them if they could make boots, and they said yeah, and they measured my feet and they made me a pair of boots. Because the shoes here, they don't have none, and we ain't got no shoesmith anymore because of COVID.
oh,
The guy used to be
I like that. That's called blacksmithing.
That's what I heard. I don't know the truth.
Move on a
He
little
hasn't
bit.
been here, so.
Oh, and it is a glorious day.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. And how are you?
I'm doing fine.
You don't mind visiting? Okay. You're going to be in my video. My YouTube video. Ooh. And this is...
Well, those are knives that I make. And right now I'm just doing leather work here.
Oh, okay. I'm more interested in swords.
Well, making swords takes a big forge, and I don't want a big forge, put it that way.
Oh. Well, it can be done in Sevierville, couldn't it? I mean, Sevier County? I mean, there's a pitching forge. Yeah, I've been there several times. I've never seen a metal pigeon.
No, me either. And I try never to go there. Too many people there.
Yeah. When I show up, they won't be near me, that's all. Just can't stand the fame. Thank you.
Officer on duty would be in these middle bunks, so these middle bunks here are just all of the men on duty, so the guardhouse, those are the men who are ready to go right away, and then that officer. Other than that, they were all, as far as we know, together.
Hello. Give me a little wave.
Or did you just do stuff for your family? Both. There were women who, if they wanted to make extra money, they worked in the laundry or in the infirmary, and they could make extra money that way.
You wouldn't stay inside much.
But
You'd be
mostly you would help with your mess, which is 6 men plus their families. So you'd all pitch in and help each other. Very community.
So a mess is 6 people.
I believe it's 6 to, I want to say like 6 to 10 people. But yeah, you'd all gather, like put your food together, and you'd have like, all your rations together. And you could do one big stew for all of you, rather than cooking your individual rations.
Well, what do you think so far? Isn't this exciting? Going back in time. Oh, this is a good time to be.
No?
Hmm?
Grandpa, Jesus, you didn't.
Sorry, there isn't a whole lot of shade. I offer those.
Stand over here if you want.
The benches were in the shade, but it's noontime right now, so sun's directly overhead.
Is it noontime or 12?
No, that's all for washing.
Washing, okay, thank you. It
Oh,
kinda
yeah.
looks like
Wash
a
basin,
modern.
rinse basin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and they're washing clothes and dyeing over there.
Oh, I'm out in the sun and I'm dying. So I had to say
What
that.
are you making?
I'm preparing Scotch eggs. So I have soft-boiled eggs. I'm wrapping them in sausage, and then I'm breading them.
Oh, okay.
Those are
Boil
awesome.
that, or you?
No, I understand you can bake them,
Okay.
but no, I would not bake them. They're fried.
Okay.
They're good baked, but they're better fried.
Oh yeah.
I've actually made those.
That sounds kind of good, right? Some egg in the middle and meat on the outside.
Oh, it is so good.
Yeah.
Let me see if my
Oh, this one. Let's go get
lard
that and
is
Jack.
ready.
It's hot. Hey, keep that hand out of your mouth, okay?
Oh yeah. You put too much wood on there.
The fire's not that big.
Well, I can tell by hearing it frying the water. You put too much wood on there.
What's a soft boiled egg?
So the yolk is still soft, but the white's done.
So how long do you do an egg?
It depends if you're boiling or steaming, and I use medium-sized eggs, so maybe 6 minutes.
Okay.
Just depending,
Do you cool them off before you wrap them in the sausage?
Oh
or do
yeah,
you
I
just
peel them.
Peel them and then cool them and.
They've been cooled and then not go out. So yes, they're shelled.
And this is called.
A Scotch egg. Lots of different cultures have laid claim. I don't know how the Scottish got to keep it. But
All right. Thank you.
You feel any better?
she just needs to get out of the direct sun. She
I just
really-
needed to get my sugar to come back up.
Oh.
Otherwise, I was going to be laid out over there on the grass. No, it's up now. He got me some nuts. So
Oh, because I have some almonds.
I'm
Apple?
Thank you.
They're Some bread under there.
But you didn't think you'd get an education day, did you?
He ran up and grabbed me some nuts.
Oh, good.
Well, she started with root beer. So.
Yeah, I did that too. Threw some sugar in.
Had me worried.
I'm sorry?
You said grab some nuts. Someone told me I was totally nuts.
We might have to try to make
I think I was thinking the same thing.
Those are fabulous. I've made them at home.
That's pretty cool. We'll try it.
Yeah.
That might be our dinner tonight. We might be making that for dinner.
We can
I've
try
heard
it.
people use different types of, seasoned sausage, and I just use just the regular
Like breakfast sausage.
Yep.
Yo, you need more? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
And
Yep,
what's
we
your
eat-
breading?
I make my own breadcrumbs,
Okay.
so just whatever
Seasoning.
old bread I have. Dry them out, or I'll go to, sometimes you'll find the day old bread on sale. Pick that up and dry it out.
Paco works good too. Paco.
Oh,
Pinko.
Started to happen. Thank you.
Oh, that's enough to make me hungry. But I've made those before. They turned out really good. Aha.
and the thing is, I don't have my
This video is going to be long, but that's okay.
You're one of those people that already knows the drill. We will not be grounding the fire line. Tired of watching the old and infirm drop it on the ground. Rest your fire line. 1, 2. Order your fire line. 1. Stay up and down. 2. 3. Back your arm. Rest your fire line. 1, 2. Love your fire line. 1. Two. 1. 3. Recover your fire line. Sorry. Rest your fire line. 1. 2. 3. Shoulder your arms. 1. Secure your arms. 1. 2. 3. I've seen it. 3. Shoulder your fire lock. 1. Poise your fire lock. 1. 2. Rest upon your arms. 1. 2. Drop. Bayonets. 1. 2. Fix. Bayonets. 1. 2. 3. Poise your bayonet. 1. 2. 3. There you go. Shoulder your arms. 1. on your arms. 1. Unfixed bayonets. 1. 2. 3. Turn your bayonet. 1. 2. Hold your fire. 1. 2. Shoulder your arms. 1. Prepare to close your files to the right. By the right. Face. 1. Your rank close steering distance. Mark. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to follow us, we're going to march just outside the front of the fort, and we're going to turn to the right. You're welcome to follow us out, and we will demonstrate the loading and firing of the muskets. What we're going to demonstrate for you is what we call volley fire. That's when all the soldiers load at the same time, and then they will all shoot at the same time. That was the standard firing formation in this period of the 18th century. The guns we are firing are called the King's Arm. Later on, they'll be called the Brown Bess. It is a 75 caliber smoothbore musket. It can shoot 1 musket ball at a time, 2 musket balls at a time, or 1 musket ball and 4 pistol balls called buck and ball. So in theory, you could have a 100-man company of soldiers all fire their muskets at the same time, and you would be shooting 500 balls downrange. The gun is not extremely accurate like your modern rifle. So ideally, you would like your target within 30 yards. You can hit and kill something at 100, but you would like your target within 30 yards. So a little bit further from here to the fence. That's why when you see the old movies or paintings, when the two armies marched down, faced each other, and just shot into each other, that's why. The gun's not extremely accurate, so you need that closeness to fire. All right, once they get their muskets ready here, we will fire. Now, a good British soldier could load and fire 3 rounds a minute. These are not good British soldiers, so we will be firing slower, mostly for safety purposes. We are also not firing a projectile. We're just shooting powder, because even though I said we couldn't hit something we aimed at 100 yards, these guns have an effective range of closer to 200 yards. So we could hit your cars in the parking lot from here, which would not be ideal for you. Make ready. 1, 2, 3. Present. 1. Fire! Prime and load. So that's what you wanted to see, was all the muskets going off at once. That was ideal. The other thing we're missing is a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, typically during the battle, they would already have their bayonets in place, because obviously if you're wanting to fire at somebody that's only 30 yards away, you know as you both are moving, you're going to be right on top of one another fairly quickly. So you would already have the bayonet situated on the end. For our purposes and for safety and cleanliness, it's a lot of work to clean that bayonet for just doing that, and it makes the gun a little more awkward, so we don't fire with the bayonets on typically. Make ready. 1, 2, 3. Present. 1. Fire! So, as the company would fire, they would then typically move forward. The idea is to progressively work your way towards the opponents and push your opponent off the field. The idea here is not so much that you're looking for mass casualties on the other side as you are trying to push your enemy off the field and take the field. So that's what we're looking at. Now here in the fort, the soldiers had all those firing ports you saw on the wall and other places to shoot from inside the fort where they weren't visible. So they had a lot more going for them in that sense. Wouldn't have had to march out and fire and volley fire as often. The soldiers here, so far as we know, only once or twice ever came out of the fort and did any activity in volley fire, and that was closer to the weekend we're currently on, which is the surrender of the fort. Two of the soldiers came out of the fort trying to get away from the fort, and they were ambushed and killed near the cornfield, and the fort sent out a company of soldiers, or a group of soldiers, a squad, to try to relieve them, and fired into the corn, but were too late. Make ready. 1, 2,
I'll be
3.
on this side.
Freeze it. 1. Fire. Nice volley. Recover.
Circle.
Please go demonstrate for the folks closer. Everyone else can come together. Will's going to demonstrate for you where you can see a little better how the loading and firing actually works.
Yes, folks, for those of you that would like to see, you're more than welcome to come up a little bit closer and I will show you the intricacies of the musket. So, as you all saw, we were firing our flintlock muskets. The reason we call it a flintlock is because it has a flint, hard rock, and the lock. And the way that it works is that when you pour powder into the pan, you're going to strike that flint against what's called the hammer, also called the prism, and it's going to produce fire! Hence, fire lock also being the name for one of these weapons. And of course, as you've heard from Eric, the way that this weapon works, you're supposed to be able to get off 3 rounds in a minute. You've seen us being able to do this, rather slowly. I take umbrage with the fact that we're not good British soldiers. We're just not British. But the way that it would work, you would train on this for years on end, and you should be able to do this in 20 seconds. Muscle memory, being able from the commander simply saying fire. The way that we would load this, of course, is black powder, loose black powder, but it comes in the form of a paper cartridge. For those of you that are riflemen or marksmen today, this is essentially the proto-bullet, if you will. The round and the powder would be in here. You pour in the powder into the pan as well as into the barrel, and you would keep the ball in the paper and you would shove all that down in there. So again, it kind of works like a bullet, but like a do-it-yourself bullet of today's design. So first step is you are going to tear it off with your teeth. Tear it open with your teeth, I should say. And in case you were wondering, yes, you had tooth requirements to be in the armies. If you didn't have teeth and you couldn't tear off the cartridge, a poor soldier you would make. Of course. So now that we have the pan loaded, the next step is to pour the remainder of the powder into the barrel. If this were an actual combat situation, I would have the ball in the paper as well, and I would shove it on down there. But I don't want to do that. That creates a projectile, and those are dangerous. You would ram it all home. Sometimes that ball might get stuck about halfway down there, and you want to make sure it gets all the way to the bottom. Gets the benefit of all that kinetic energy from the powder. And this is now a live weapon. What we are going to do, I'm going to fire off in this direction. Giving fire! 4 knot. So that is a misfire, folks. A misfire is simply when the weapon does not fire. And these weapons, again, they're older, they're very nuanced for the time, but they have a built-in failure rate. About 1 in 10 times that would happen. And after firing a few shots, you get a lot of soot buildup from that open black powder. And so, occasionally it might help to rub down the flint. So let's give her another shot. Giving fire! Yes, sir. It's it's like the powder is the match. Waiting for it to come up. But any questions, folks?
So it's a smooth bore, right?
Smooth bore musket, yes, sir. The idea being that you could load it faster if it's smooth bore, if it doesn't have that rifling in it. So this was the machine gun for its day, if you will. 3 rounds a minute. Very fast. Any other questions?
Excellent. Thank you. William?
My pleasure.
So, yeah, I have a question. Yes, so I think now these days you put finer powder.
Oh. Step out over here. And of course, I'll tell you that if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you liked it. If you're brand new to this channel and you love what you see, subscribe to my channel. Become part of my YouTube family. And if you're a YouTuber with original content and you subscribe to my channel, let me know in the comment section below, and I will reply and say, hey, how you doing? I read all the comments. Bye.